what drives you to excel in your area expertise? You know, there's a lot of guys from your era. They aren't with us anymore. They're not in the business. You're still trucking, man. What is it?
I finally met a woman that can spend more money than I can make. And so that
he said it. I didn't say
that is what keeps me going these days. Mm-hmm. No, I really, especially with wrestling. Of course, I'm back on Monday Night Raw, USA Network every Monday night doing the commentary. Something I've just enjoyed doing for so many years, and it's just something about the wrestling business. It really gets in your blood, and it's hard to. I don't know of anybody really that I can look around and say they just retired from the wrestling business.
True.
There's nobody that I know of that just goes home and starts fishing or something like that, after being in the wrestling business.
I wouldn't think so. So when was the aha moment, Jerry, when you were a young man that you realized you could make a career out of this? This is what you wanted to do professionally. There had to be a moment. Something must have triggered.
Well, you know what? When I look back on it, I had so many, if you want to call them aha moments, that all culminated into me being in the business. I started out, a lot of people don't realize it, I started out in high school, or all through school as a matter of fact, being an artist. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's one of the reasons that I'm here. Yeah, my buddy Mike Kingston over there, we're here as not only as a wrestling personality, but as a comic book artist. Mm-hmm. I do the cover for Mike's Headlocked comic books here. And at that time, when I was just a kid in high school, I would draw superheroes. Mm-hmm. Superman, Batman mostly, but do those things. And then I started drawing, as I was getting later on in high school, I started drawing pictures of wrestlers, because I watched them on Saturday mornings, and I'd draw some pictures. Then I graduated. I won a full tuition commercial arts scholarship to the University of Memphis. And after I started going there, somebody said, why don't you send some of those pictures that you've drawn of the wrestlers into the TV station that shows the wrestling every Saturday? So I did. After the show, a lot of people in Louisville will remember this name, Lance Russell.
Oh, yeah.
Lance Russell and Dave Brown called me after the show was over, and they said, kid, we'd like your drawings, and we'd like you to come over to the studio and meet some of the wrestlers and draw some more pictures. And that's how I got my foot in the door, met the fabulous Jackie Fargo. Yeah. He owned a nightclub in Memphis. He had me come over and paint. I must have painted 500 caricatures of Jackie Fargo all over the walls of his club. So that was really how I got my foot in the door in wrestling. I used to ask Jackie, after I became friends with him, I said, please, Jackie, just let me, I got to see his lifestyle, and I said, please let me try it just one time. Let me be one of those guys that go out on Saturday morning and get their brains beat out, and he would say, no, kid, you're too good you're too good an artist. You want to stick with art and forget about wrestling. And I just kept hounding him, and I said, promise you, Jackie, if you let me try it one time, I'll go back to being an artist, and I won't ask you again about wrestling. So he finally relented. He let me be one of those guys that went in on Saturday morning and get their brains beat out. And that was 49 years ago.
Wow.
And I'm still wrestling. But thanks to Comic Cons and things like that, I've gone full circle. I get to come back and do artwork and that sort of thing. So it's been like the old movie. It's been a wonderful life.